Peace be unto you guys. Welcome to Tea Time, and this is the only entertainment show that does it like no other, bringing you in-depth analysis and dope conversations around entertainment. I never do this alone. With me are the delectable Ife Omai and Nima, and I don't know why Ife Omai is being some antichrist this morning, but what's going on?
Antichrist?
Oh yeah, no,
That's
you know.
Ife, will you take that sitting down? Nah.
She didn't take it sitting down the first time, so she proved her point. We know what she can do.
What are you talking about? What are you saying? I missed. See, that thing flew over my head like this. What just happened?
She was lost.
What just happened? What did I do?
I just called you Antichrist. I'm like, are you going to take that sitting down?
Oh, I said that. Oh, that's my take it sitting down. I'll flip your cup as well.
No, you probably went over her own head, but she was laughing so deep. Like,
I think
because she was lost. She was like,
no, because you didn't even get it.
But
We
in
knew
her
what
own
we're
way,
talking about.
in her own way, she still got the. Or maybe you know about it.
No, she doesn't.
I was confused. I was like, why?
That's what I'm like. Why is she laughing so hard?
Oh, I see.
Okay. Anyways, guys, let's move on to
you.
the trending video for today, and let's see that real quick. Thank you.
It's that boy, Mr. Fire again. You did it again. Bless me on this one. Check it. I'm hard to establish. Don't need to take with the measures that drastic. Where that she pack on my collar Jurassic. She been a package, she been a wash. She been a ball in the money you want. Lale Imaga Madolo back. See on the front, I don't see a word. Show her the money, she shakity bobo. Even went as far as fucking the bobo. Even the face that they looking at me. Winking a high, spilling a drink. Tell Mr. DJ to put on repeat. Whether na spin or whether na jazz. I want me high like a jet. Only know me, I'ma will be the rest. No DJ Caliber will be the best. Hi.
Now the way she dey roll am, now the way she dey move am, now the way she dey do am, we dey turn the man to maga. Oh yeah, shake am, rolling, shake am, oh yeah, shake am, shake it, rolling, shake am, oh yeah, shake am, rolling, shake am, oh yeah, shake it, rolling, shake am, oh yeah, shake it, rolling, shake am, oh yeah, shake rolling, shake am, oh yeah, shake am.
Ọmọ mélòó la máa gbé lálẹ́ yìí? Follow me o, mo ti gbé lálẹ́ yìí. Fígà dé láì, ó yá àgbálẹ̀ rí. Say she wan change her fún ní Buhari. President Kondo, say she wan love her fún ní Telemondo. Give her out of it, ó tún ní pé kòtò. Àwa ta jí bẹ́lẹ̀ pé wá ní kòtò.
Okay.
If I can call you many things, I can call you many things. But after today, I can never say that you don't have courage, you don't have mind. Because you're the most courageous man I have ever seen. For you to willingly subject yourself to this much humiliation.
How?
Hats off, cap off, I'll remove my dreads. In fact, I'll take off my shirt for you. Because that was terrible.
Yes, it was. I know. It's a lesson. There's a lesson to be learned.
You want to learn it on national television? Okay.
And what's yours? What's your
My
take?
belly is turning me. I legit feel like something is here.
Oh my God.
I can't believe that was you.
No,
I was
that
like,
was
wait,
not me.
what? Is this Ife? Like, what's happening? What? Was it a moment of crisis in your life?
What
like
was
you were
going
thinking
on?
about something?
What was
you
going
having
on when
an
I made
issue?
that video? All right, so I'm going to tell you guys real quick, right? There was a time in my life when I thought music was the way, which is why I said...
You're going to call that music? Wow. Okay, this is getting interesting. I need to.
Anyways, guys,
popcorn.
let's move on to the first story of the day. I'm not going to take this sitting down, of course. So in case you guys don't want to see me walk away, can we all move on to the next story? But you guys have seen it. Yeah, go stream that video. Yes, it's viral. Yeah, go stream it. Have you streamed Rolly today?
Hey,
Done.
What's your name on this? What's your stage name? Mystifier.
Yeah.
Mr.
No, that's actually my name. So that's something that happened 7 years ago, in case you guys
Change
didn't
it
know.
to Mr. Talentless.
7 years ago, where were you guys?
Mr.
That's the
Talentless.
question. I was shooting music videos.
That's not a music video.
I was
Fair.
doing something.
That
at
was-
least
that was a music
7
video.
years
I don't know
ago,
what that-
You
were
were
That
something.
is-
How old are you now, sir?
Where were you?
How old
7
were you
years?
27
What were you
years?
doing?
Oh
7
my God,
years
this thing was
ago?
getting hot.
What were you doing 7 years ago?
7 years
I
ago.
definitely wasn't shooting that.
Anyways, guys, let's move on.
Suffocate.
Let's move on to the first story of the day. So
Constraint.
Davido makes his 10th entry on Billboard's World Digital Song Sales Chart with Shopping Spree. Yes, I did that 7 years ago. Of the 20 songs, 9 are Davido songs like Fall, Eve, Blow My Mind, Risky, Fire, Femme, Holy Ground, Shopping Spree, and Wonder Woman. Shopping Spree, which recently got a video alongside Chris Brown and Young Thug, was released on Davido's third album and fourth body of work, A Better Time. The song tracks the expensive promises of a suitor, the expensive promises, made to a suitor, to a woman, of course. Yes, so big shout out to Davido for this one.
Okay.
You guys don't care?
I don't like the song.
Oh,
Shopping
wow.
Spree, why? But the song originally didn't have Young Thug and it didn't have Chris Brown on it, even on the album, right?
Still didn't like it.
I don't think it's a bad song. What do you think of the song?
I don't really like it, actually. It's not my best.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not really my best compared to
Does
other
Davido have a
songs.
best? That's
Are you joking?
He has a lot.
Davido's
You know, I just admitted the
Lots
other
of
day that
best.
when you were playing Davido's
yeah,
song,
you're not getting me. I'm saying, does Davido have
Like a particular
best?
song that,
does
like,
Davido
is
just
best?
drops it
Nah,
like.
I don't think-
Do you understand? Like Davido doesn't have a best. Davido
He has
tomorrow
so
can be
many
Davido's
songs
best. Right now, Davido is a moments guy. That's one thing I admire about the guy.
okay, I think what you're trying to. What I'm hearing is that because I know that Davido has this thing like he goes for vibes more than like the quality of the song.
Yeah.
Like if we're going to analyze his songs, you think maybe they're all just really pop but in terms of vibe, he comes hard on it. So you guys are saying that he's always having vibey songs, sure. But I don't think that this song carries that much vibe for me. As much. Like there's some songs that I've never heard of Davido because there's so many. He's such he brings out songs too often and it's featuring everybody and all that kind of stuff. That sometimes I feel like I've never really heard a Davido song, known or unknown, that I'm like, I don't really like that. But Shopping
This
Spree
one,
for me
yeah.
was like,
Nah, I don't really like
Can
this
any
song.
of you guys sing any line from that?
Exactly.
Nah, I can't. I don't even have it on my phone.
Exactly. It doesn't
It's that
have
bad.
it doesn't
I don't have it on my
Who
phone.
call my phone? Cause my mind did, yeah. Is that the song?
If I don't know.
Ha, okay. I don't know too, but I just feel like that's the only song that came to my head when I heard Shopping. She don't call my phone, cause my mind did, yeah.
There's a time where he did like to the music video and it was like something.
So we should not from the dance of
Oh, no.
Anyways, guys, big shout out to Davido, being on that chart, this
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
for
It's a
hitting
big deal.
he did this monumental thing in America, this culture thing where they hit the stuff and then it goes up. He's the first African to ever do that. So shout out to him for that.
Yes. So big shout out to Wizkid as well. Sorry. Okay. Did this?
You always find a way of
Didn't
going
come
back to
out right.
Wizkid.
Why can't you just let Davido have his moment?
I don't
I'm
know.
so sorry. Like I felt bad after I mentioned Wizkid.
What is your issue? Are you obsessed with this
No,
man?
the song that just happened. So I was driving to work this morning, and then my friend was in the car, and the next thing he said to me was like, "Do you know Wizkid is number 12 on Apple Music? This guy makes it to top 10, big deal." I'm like, "What? Do you understand?" And then we just went crazy. And then Wizkid is also number 67 on the global Billboard, charts and all of that. And then I think another one you get, and I just felt like, okay, guys are doing well. So I'm not pitching them against each other. I'm just talking about two Nigerian great artists that are really doing great things on charts. I don't know if you guys saw it that way, but a lot of people probably see it as comparison, but that wasn't what I was doing.
Okay then.
Okay.
It's not about okay.
The fact that you always bring Wizkid into the point where he's not supposed to be brought, it
It's
doesn't
kinda
make any
weird.
We're
sense.
talking about charts. We're talking about
I guess
And
so. I
Davido
guess so.
is
Yeah.
the-
We're talking
In
about
fact,
charts.
I'm gonna
We're talking about
choose.
people that-
I'm gonna choose
Davido
Davido.
is the one that we're talking about today.
please, kindly.
I choose to believe it. Sometimes it can honestly be like that, but because it's you.
Yes, after I
it's
said
you
it,
though, and
yes.
you're like a
I
Whiskey
get it.
FC and all that
Even
kind of
after
stuff.
he said it, I was like, okay, that didn't come out right. Like, it wasn't the moment for this, right? But yes, but it's about
Shout out to
charts.
all our
yeah,
people, all
shout
our
out to
people.
every
Davido.
Nigerian, who's
Also,
put
shout out
us
to
on
Bella
the map.
Shmurda. Bella Shmurda also entered the Foundry class, whatever. That's the same class that Thames was in last year, and now Essence is everywhere. That was part of the program that YouTube was going to.
Big shout out to Wizkid one more time.
You see what I'm saying?
All right.
All right, guys, let's move on. So Sonia Adesuwa, the ex-wife of the Nigerian footballer Jude Ighalo, has thrown shades at the reality star Uriel Oputa after she expressed worry over the number of women on her ex DM. Uriel had previously lamented due to the rate at which ladies are messaging her ex. She stated that even those who pretend to be her good friends still go behind her back to message him while begging him not to show her. That's Uriel, of course. Reacted to this, Jude Ighalo's estranged wife, Sonia, came for Uriel as she accused her of sleeping with someone else's husband and still having the audacity to go to the comment section of the same person to act as a friend. So I think we're just going to throw this one out there and be like, what's wrong with your friends being in your boyfriend's DM? Is there a problem with it? No, when they're not talking about, you know, sexual
There's a problem.
stuff. So even if they're just
There's
chatting.
a problem.
Really?
No.
There's
They're
a
just
problem.
They're just
Please,
talking.
There's a problem. There's a problem.
Ife, I feel like you've had an experience. You're laughing very...
I don't personally like see finish. I don't like my guy being friends with my friends.
like it
I've
though.
always dated men that are reserved in nature for some reason. So they like put boundaries. So my experience with romance and relationships is that the man just always usually puts some kind of boundary into it. The conversation does not go past me.
Oh,
I
wow.
must be inside it. They've never been friends. They've never been, my friends have never been, they don't know the man until I bring him into our lives.
The messages that should be in his DM is like, I've been trying to reach you fair.
I swear, it doesn't pass that kind of thing. But hey, Alpha, I've never seen it. I've never experienced it.
Tonight,
I've never.
You be at social club tonight.
No.
that kind of person. Nah.
I've just never seen. I've never dated people in cliques. I've never dated someone that everybody knows.
Everybody knows,
Like I
yeah.
don't like access to that kind of stuff. And even when I see it though, like you know, it's so crazy that even if I go into a squad now, and let's say that we're all a squad, maybe there's three other people, and then I meet your friend and he's nice, but I know that everybody here we know each other. Like even if we are getting along, I will just automatically like. Because I know that there's too many entanglements going on, and then our business will be him and I's business will be our business, and I don't want you to know everything about my relationship, even though we're friends. This is what I mean. So I'm very big on like privacy, like just keep it between us. No, I don't like that. And I will never be in somebody else's boyfriend's DM anyway, except I know the guy before you. Just I'm trying to say, like, him and I are already friends. Okay, then we'll keep our friendship going. But even then, the conversation has to change. How we talk to each other has to change. I really want to respect all of that because see finish is a real thing.
All right, what about you?
I actually don't mind. It depends on like the discussion, like what you first said. If they're already friends before we met, like okay, that's fine. You can still be friends and you can still have conversations. And I mean, even before you met me, you're already going out with her, maybe for like maybe to the mall to get something. If you guys stay in the same estate or something, you're going out and stuff. So that's actually fine. Because I mean, I have guys that are my friends as well that I talk to. So I mean, you can have your own friends. And
For sure.
His friends,
No,
like even my boo now, I have his friends that I talk to.
Okay, let me get this question right. It's not just about having opposite sex as friends, because that's where you're going. Or you're saying now that do you have a problem with when your friends go and start chatting with your man?
Or people that know you.
Or what?
People that know you generally.
And they're chatting with them. They know the man through me. Like they're only chatting with the man.
They don't necessarily have to know the man through you, but there's a point where they now know that this is a first boo.
So then they want to get friendly with the guy.
This is
No, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm sorry, I don't like it.
No, they don't want to get friendly with him. Okay, so now I think I've seen real life sometimes to just show you that, man, it really don't matter who is in anybody's DM. So I have the type of relationship where my friends, my girlfriend's friends, right, would chat me up and stuff like that, but they're probably bringing me business. Do you understand what I mean? And then we're just very good with such conversations, and then I'm not hiding it. I'm like, oh, why am I always using a curse word? I'm always like, oh, whoa, this person is sending me a message right now, and then we're chatting about this, and I'm bringing you up to speed. There's nothing shady going on in that. But you still find out that a lot of women, now what the problem is, I don't get to know about this chart. I find out. That's where the problem is. Do you get what I mean? But if we are chatting with my friend and then you're letting me know that, okay, this is what we're talking about. This is what the chart is about.
Yeah.
Or you're probably like, David just sent me a message. You get what I mean? And then you're just telling me that, okay, yeah, I'm chatting with your friend. That's not a biggie, right? And David, on the other hand, is not acting like he's not talking to my girl. Do you get what I mean? Like, on my, you know, the other time we're talking about businesses, why a lot of men don't do well in certain businesses, and we're saying because of certain things that they can't go into, certain industries that they can't go into, such as selling wig, such as selling skincare product. And we made an example, like, imagine me calling my guy, that I beg, give me your babe number, they sell one cream. Do you understand? He probably will find it difficult to give me his girl's number. But imagine a girl doing the same thing, right? Now, that's business. So I don't think that...
But business is a very different conversation.
No, yeah. You don't know if it was business. But what you're saying is, why are you in his DM? Maybe they're even talking about the business. At the end of the day, they both put, like, okay, so you don't want to reduce the price for me.
You see, that's a very different conversation.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
But even in my explanation, yeah, that's not a good one, because even in the explanation you have to put context into things, right? Like context is very important. If the babe is selling something and you're a customer, that's a different thing.
But you don't know.
Having a relationship.
But you don't know.
All of it is part of it now until I know, isn't it? I will not know if somebody's in the
but
guy's
like what he's saying is that if you see your boyfriend's phone and then you see her name pop up,
and then she's smiling
and then
and
you
laughing
see
emojis,
heart or something, maybe she was just saying something about what
they're buying or what they're selling.
First of all, I'm not that dramatic and I don't care that much about text in general. I'm not looking at anybody's phone. I've never looked at anybody's phone in my life. I don't care that much.
You don't
but let me tell you what it is. Yeah. I like respect a lot. Even in this office, you'll notice I'll do my thing and I leave. I don't want people to be in my business too much. My best friend now, for example, that we were basically living together. She got a boyfriend, she moved out and they were living together. Him and I were very close, but I never chatted him ever, except it has something to do with Sally. So every time we were close, it's because I'll go to their house, I'll spend a lot of time in their house, we'll have conversations, sometimes we'll argue, want to break each other's tables. I would say that we were friends, but you have to be really cautious with private conversations with somebody else's man, in my opinion. Like if it's not business and it's something else, I think it's unnecessary. There was a time where I put my fiancé on my Instagram page and people started following his account, and somebody even went into his DM and went as far as saying that, oh, I'm so glad that you make Ife so happy, congratulations on your engagement, and that we hope to see you in Nigeria so we can hang and get to know you better. For me, that's unnecessary. Very unnecessary.
What was your reaction?
Very unnecessary. I did not send you a message. It's not that deep.
What was your reaction to that though?
I didn't say anything. Again, I'm not dramatic. I don't have time. I'm not immature. So but I would know that you and I are not on the same wavelength. I need you to respect my relationship. You can tell me. You can tell me, oh, I'm so happy you guys have a thing or whatever. You see, there's something about people who are that are forward. People who are forward, who have that confidence, quickly gonna be rushing to the DMs. They don't stop at DMs, usually. They don't stop at DMs. They're the ones that will overstep and oversay and overjabber. So for me, just respect yourself a little bit more. If it's business, you don't even need to tell me that you're having a business relationship. But if I find out that you're in my man's DM and you're talking unnecessarily...
Your friend, though.
Yes, my friend.
Anybody.
Yes, my friend. If you're in my man's DM talking unnecessarily about things that are not important, I don't think I'm going to like it.
Well, for me, I really don't have a problem with it. And what I think is that the moment you start doing that, as long as there's no shady business, there's no deleting of chats, there's no hiding, no hiding, there's no putting it in the archives, there's no, do you get what I mean? Like, as long as none of those things are happening,
I'm very big.
we're very good.
Another thing is, I'm very big on like girl codes. Like, even if Nema and I, if you're friends now and you say that you bring your man, even though I save his name on my phone, is Nema's man, he's nothing else to me but Nema's man. I don't see him as an individual. He's even that bad that I don't even see him as...
That's not being human.
No, I don't even see him as my friend until I know that we've spent a lot of time together.
Of course,
and
now,
like, you know,
because he's my boo and we are friends does not automatically make him your friend.
Exactly.
You guys have to talk.
Exactly. And
anyways,
Yeah.
you know, I think a lot of women should just, you know, try to understand. We've seen a lot of our homes get destroyed from
yes,
trust.
please don't mind your business. Thank you.
It's not about minding your business.
Mind
I don't think we want to advise. I don't want to advise people that way. I think
minding your business is a very good advice.
I think what I would like to advise.
Let's mind our business. Let's be careful. Thank you.
All right, so my own advice to the young ones is out there, or the people that are in relationships, or, you know, even the older ones is, you know, transparency is key in whatever you do. Whether you're sharing your messages with your friends, your wife's friends, whatever, just be very transparent about it. Let us know exactly what you are doing. That's just the message out there. Anyways, media personality Toke Makinwa has reacted to a court judgment that ordered singer Kelly Clarkson to pay her ex-husband Brandon Blackstock $200,000 monthly for spousal support. As a feminist, I know my last post is wrong, she wrote. We should strive for gender equality, yes, of course. The right to equal right regardless of gender, but I think the life of a woman is hard enough. Women don't win all the time, so I always write for women. Dr. Dre's wife is getting more, and I know I didn't make a post about it, but something about a woman paying a man monthly makes me sad. Maybe he was a stay-home dad, but spousal support is one thing. She clearly earned more. Why does she have to pay him to take care of his own child? The laws in America, if it's in Nigeria and it is by mercy and begging, your partner can choose to let you have money, plus he decides what he can give. What's your take on this one?
It makes no sense. I feel like she's contradicting what she's saying. She says she's a feminist, she fights for equality, but then this is equality at its finest. She earns more, obviously, for her to be paying the spousal support. Then why not? In the case of Dr. Dre, when he was asked to pay, I think how much? Is it like, I think how much monthly? 100
Close to a million.
A million monthly, basically. Nobody, is it a million?
No, how much?
Yeah,
It's 300 something. Or
$1,000.
Yes, 300 something $1,000.
Sure?
Or you get or you have to pay per year, which is 3 point something million. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yes. No.
Basically, he was paying a lot. Okay, he was paying
Yeah.
a whole lot. Yeah. Nobody, I mean, we talked, but then it's still going to happen. So why is it when it comes to a woman's case, it's going to be different? We're fighting for equality. I feel that is the way it should be. And even the law has stated that she should pay the spousal support. So, I mean, it's okay. I agree with it that she should actually pay it. Why is she feeling sad for her? She shouldn't feel sad. That is the way it's supposed to be. I don't see anything wrong with it. So when you say equality, let everything be equal. Don't just choose what you want to be equal.
Okay,
nah,
so
makes no sense.
Yeah, I rarely agree with Toke, but this one I agree with her, and I agree with her because she admits that it is partial. It is an unfair statement or whatever, but I understand her rationale. Now, equality, you have to be very careful with the notion of equality. So equality doesn't always have to look the same. For us women to be as equal as men in general, or in all ramifications, yeah, there has to be a lot of excessive pouring for you to match up. Let me give an example with black people, right? Because they've not been able to, like, let's say, what's it called? Mass incarceration has already given an unequal gap. You have to be like intentional about over giving them passes so that they can match up. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. That happens a lot with women. As in, like, for example, now we have initiations about women starting businesses, giving them free. Okay. This is a perfect example. Sorry, I'll get the right example. In Australia now, there is in indigenous people, the ones that were originally Australian. They came, the white people came and categorized them as animals and plants and treated them unfairly and kicked them outside. So these people, most of the time, are not educated. They are not, they're not really doing well with society. They're cast out because of the oppression that they faced. Now, Australia is trying to do better. So what they do now is that they give them free education. They don't pay for school fees. That's not fair to me. That's paying school fees. But because of the imbalance, they have to get that kind of benefit to be able to even have an attempt to catch up, right? And on top of that, they also give them a lower grade. So I need about 60% to pass. They need about 40% to pass. It would sound unfair and crazy that I'm in school, I'm studying, and somebody else is not even doing as much. But they've considered for you to be equal, because there's another element of equality that we're fighting, which is also equity. You understand what I'm trying to say? As a woman, I menstruate, I'm going to get breaks, and he doesn't get breaks. But it's not equal, but it's still fair because there's equity in it. So consider equity, and which is what I think Toke Makinwa is trying to say. That, let me give an example. The fact that women in general are not as rich, in general, as men. In general, yes. Now,
I think you should change that notion. What facts
As
do you
in,
have
like,
to back that
what
up?
are you saying exactly?
In general.
okay, are you going to tell me now that okay, let me make
Okay,
let me make a fact. Is it fact that with poverty, women are more poor than men?
We can't tell.
You cannot
Do you have
tell.
any
Do you read any?
statistics?
Yes,
Do you-
now are you okay?
What's the statistics? What are you
kidding
bringing?
me?
What are you telling me to back
Do you want me
this
to go on a break so I can bring out UFO's channel? Like that's a known fact.
Unidentified flying objects?
What?
Because you're probably speaking like an unidentified flying object.
That's a matter of
No.
fact, guys. That's a matter of fact. Ask anybody of organization, WHO, everybody.
Excuse me.
You know that what's it called? I'm actively in NGO communities. And that's an opinion. And people even used to say, we used to have this slogan in WHO when I was volunteering with them in Australia that what's it called? Poverty is sexist because it affects women more than it affects men. That's not an opinion. That's a fact, guys. I'm not even joking.
Okay.
Remove everything else that I've said. That is a matter of fact.
Okay,
check it out.
To relate it now to this.
So what I'm saying, what I'm saying is that because look at all the people that are like,
But she earns a lot.
yes, no, she does. Okay, no.
Not women in general.
In terms of Kelly Clarkson,
Do you know what?
there's nothing wrong with her paying from spousal support.
So why are you supporting Toke if there's nothing wrong with Kelly Clarkson?
Yeah, because it's not just about Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, wow.
For me, and I don't think that's what Toke Makinwa is just stressing on. She was saying that she feels like she wants women to have more wins. That's how I relate with her.
Huh.
I think so too. I think there's a lot of men that have gotten away with not paying spousal support. They should have. There's a lot of women that are not even in the position to even pay for spousal support. Now there isn't any.
What's the word? Is it misandry?
No.
Is that misandry? What does misandry mean?
When
Remind
you hate
me.
men.
When you hate men, right?
Yeah.
I think that is where this is even more applicable.
I'm saying that like on a global scale, yeah. Maybe I'm going to try and summarize it better.
Right.
Women are poorer globally on all ramifications in all industries. There's more men that are rich because they've had a heads up. They started the industries. They got to the cake first, if that makes sense. So when Foke said she was sad that one of the little women, because there's not enough Kelly Clarksons out there. There's not a lot of women that are even capable of paying for spousal support. There's not a lot of women that have that much money. If you look at all the Forbes list and everything like that, the name still remains the same. It does not increase, it does not grow, and the money is not as much as men. So she's not saying that, hey, yeah, even the little people that are winning, they now still have to pay to men that are already privileged, like men are more privileged, quote unquote, and all of that. Now, that does not mean to say that she's not supposed to pay for spousal support. The law is the law. She does have more money. And when you look at the reasons why they pay spousal support in America, it's about the fact that my marriage to you will not allow me to make any of that money and it has blocked me. And usually the person that pays spousal support is the one that breaks the contract of marriage. So maybe she's the one that maybe cheated or whatever the reason. I don't know what that divorce is. So then you have to now keep demands
Not
upkeep.
necessarily who breaks it. Look at the case of Wendy Williams and her husband, right, Hunter. It was the one who cheated. It was the one who used the money to buy.
Usually,
in most cases, it's the person
actually,
that
it is. I know
in
somebody
most
who
cases,
pays
actually the
spousal
person that
support.
offends.
Yeah, there's
that
many
pays
reasons.
the
It's one of
spousal
that's one
So
of the
if I'm not
reasons.
earning enough, I'll still pay spousal support.
No,
That is also a reason why.
No, because there's three reasons that
There
are
are
very
reasons.
common. One is that you broke the contract of marriage. So you're the one that cheated or whatever. If you're the one that cheated, let's say we're equal, and you're the one that cheated, I'll be the one to pay money. Second, another popular reason is when they have children, which is probably his own case.
Yeah.
That you have kids that need to maintain the lifestyle that you've already started in your relationship, so that you do that. And the third thing, is that you even if when there are no kids, if it's that I have sacrificed making money when I enter that marriage. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, if I was a media girl and then I married Dangote and Dangote says you can't do media anymore. When he divorces me, he has to keep on paying because I've lost my capacity of making money while I was married to you. That's the common reason.
Anyway, so on this one,
Misandry. I'll be misandry.
As much as I want to, agree with you, and I think, you're actually making sense when you're looking at the poverty rates and you're saying that a lot of women are poorer than men. Now, that even dates as far back as history, right? Where you see a lot of men having the opportunity to do things that women were never opportune to do, right? But now, bringing it back to context in 2021.
It hasn't changed.
Okay, so you brought up racism where, they were not allowed to even go to school. They were not allowed to be in the same bus, the same space as white people. Things have changed. Now we have the same opportunity. You can go to school like I can. You can do the job.
Well,
we are
most
not
places, sure.
disputing you. Just the same way you are telling me that it's
There
not
is-
the way.
there is obvious change.
Yeah, but there's
For
obvious
sure.
change.
Yes,
So,
yeah,
you know,
for sure.
the
But it's
problem
not
I
the-
have
but
is
it's
that
not-
we
we're not
just
there
want to
yet,
stay.
though.
We just want to stay stuck. Like we are not seeing the improvement. Like we are not seeing that it's actually changing. Like we are not seeing
But
that
even
it's
Toke-
actually happening.
But even Toke mentioned that in the statement, though. She was like, she knows that there's been progress that has been made, but we're not there yet. She mentioned that. So there has to be a balance with that conversation. It is a problem if you keep on insisting to be a victim that we haven't seen any growth as women. We have. There's female precedents now. That could have never been thought about in maybe like 60 years ago or something. There's female precedents. There's people that are doing really well, but you have to keep on balance and not say that we've arrived. Because there's still a long way to go.
Even as
The
Africans,
fact that-
even as Africans, we haven't arrived.
Of course.
Of course.
But we can see the growth.
Absolutely.
But I think that the problem is, I keep saying it, double standards, right? Which is exactly
But
what
the
is
standard
going
is not the same. So how can it be double? It's not the same.
When I'm saying double,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about double. You know what double standard is? I'm talking about double standard where you want to stand for this, but when it comes to this gender, you don't want to stand for it anymore. Do you understand? That is double standard because you actually know what is right, and I think which is exactly what is going on, which is why Toke addressed it because she knew she had double standard on this one. She never spoke about it when it happened to Dr. Dre,
she
but now
actually
she's
said it.
so she knows.
She knows
the
but yes,
truth,
now,
but she's saying
absolutely.
that it's just
yes,
bad.
absolutely, exactly.
She's not saying that it shouldn't
exactly.
happen.
Oh, thank you, exactly. The babe has admitted it is
She
a
said
partial
this thing
statement.
should
She
happen,
knows it's
but
supposed
like,
to happen.
she's just sad that
And the
everyone has to
reason
go
why
through
it's
that.
sad is because
Yeah.
we're trying to get more wins for
Yeah.
women.
I
That's
get where
all.
she's coming from. I
It's
get
not-
where
it's
Toke is
not-
coming
it's
from.
not a
Nobody
big
is
deal.
disputing it. I'm just saying that when we want to defend this case, right? I've seen a lot of people who have defended it on social media with one-sided view. Now, what is happening on this table is that we can all see the bigger picture. We can all see why it is the way it is.
Yeah.
We're not against it for being that way, but we are just sad.
Yeah,
exactly.
Do you get what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people that still don't understand, and I think that is where our job comes to play and educate those people that, look, you can't get to pick and choose when
Yeah.
we want
Absolutely,
these things
absolutely.
to work.
That's true. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
in the real sense, if a woman is earning more than a man sticks around, and we know how egoistic, we're not making excuses for them.
Yeah.
We know how the system even makes them look weak for even depending on the woman.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
The system already
Exactly.
is
Yeah, that's
designed
very
Which in
like
itself is
that.
even also sad.
That's sad
You
too,
know, that it's also really sad.
Do you get what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
if we're talking about that type of equality, why? Why? Now it's just a question I'm throwing out there. I'm not saying I'm not sad. Though. Why should I now feel sad about a woman? Helping
Because
a
there's
man.
not that many Kelly Clarksons. That's
I
why.
get where Ife's coming
The
from.
answer to his question is that because there's not that many women, because it's an unfair battle already. That's why. Because women have, see, look at Kelly Clarkson. She's a, let's actually unpack Kelly Clarkson. She's a country musician. That industry is even worse than hip hop and R&B. There's not that many
No,
Bring
women.
her
What
industry,
Ife is
bring her
saying,
earnings.
Ife
If
is
she's
talking about
earning in the
man.
village,
Even in the comment section,
even if she's
I
making
saw
money.
someone saying that
Hey.
why would the man even collect from her? Is he not a man?
Absolutely.
Do you understand?
do
So
you
he's
think- do
saying
you
that,
think that-
people are going to be looking at the man
Absolutely.
as less
Absolutely.
of a man.
Do you
Why?
do you think that feminism is just for women? Do you know that patriarchy system also affects men?
That's what I'm saying now. So the man too is also a victim in a way.
Absolutely,
Actually, if you look at
absolutely.
it.
No, as in,
People
look,
are actually abusing him now. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, I don't want to mention his name, but he's a friend of the table. He said, why would that this is so wrong that the man should not collect? Because I remember when Dr. Dre's thing happened, he was very vocal about it. He
Yeah.
was like, you know, these women are gold diggers and they're sucking his money and da 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 da. And I tried to explain to him that even if she does not apply for it, the government is going to give that. Also, another thing about the American culture is that, or the Western culture, is that the government looks out for everybody. So really quickly, the government looks out for everybody. So if you don't have a means of taking care of yourself, either the government will take care of you, or will get your husband to do it by force. So it's also to like, look out for everyone. It's like a welfare thing. So it's not about her being a gold digger. But then he also said the same thing about the man. That why is the man taking the money and stuff? And I'm like, he also deserves
to take the money.
That's
That's the
well.
law.
Anyway, Sha,
Sex, age, gender, whatever is not a reason for anyone to be, held accountable wrongly. So regardless of your sex, regardless of what it is, if you're in love and you're in a relationship, we always have fallouts. And when fallouts come and responsibilities occur, please kindly stay and stand up to your responsibility. Anyways, let's move on to another story before we have a guest join us in the studio. American actors and couple Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis have revealed how they only bathed their kids when it was necessary. Kutcher said you can see the dirt on them, clean them. Otherwise, there's no point. The couple was responding to Shepherd's theory that people should not be getting rid of the natural oil on your skin with a bar of soap every day. Well, I didn't have hot water growing up as a child, so I didn't shower much, Kunis said. As in my head, I'm like,
your face. I was like, what?
What are you people? As it's so until I'm black. And if there's a patch, you know, I think you need a shower now. There's a patch on your forehead. Then that's when I should bath.
No.
My guy, what's your take though?
I get it. There was.
They always get it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I remember.
Do you shower every day?
Yes, I shower every day.
Right.
Let me not lie. There's some days where I'm in bed all day and I refuse to just get up and not do
Everybody step out of
anything.
your house without taking a shower.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yes.
There are times you go out without
Yes, now.
and you look this fine.
Yes.
And you're not bad.
Yes.
Oh no. Ìrọ̀lẹ́ man wẹ̀, alẹ́ man fine, weekend lẹ man tat. So you don't used to bath.
No,
There's some times.
Hey!
There's many times.
You just throw it.
Absolutely.
Just throw a face cap, go to the mall,
Absolutely.
pick bread, and run
No,
back.
that one is different now. Stepping out to go do groceries without taking.
Oh, what
I'm
do you
talking
mean?
about going out, like you are coming to work.
No, it can't happen.
Yeah, she can.
Why not?
I've left the WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
It can happen. Let me tell you, I can even count maybe, I think 3 last year. One, there was no water in my house. The second one, I woke up late. I woke up like 5 minutes
And
to
you
tea
came-
time.
you
I
came
woke
short,
up,
Palumi.
as in I ran.
Did you
First of all,
short?
don't you sleep with AC? Like, it's not that you're sweating the whole night or something like that. And sometimes,
I don't sleep with AC.
yeah, because I feel like, except maybe there's no light
Oh,
at
wow.
night, that I really
wish this
feel.
wasn't a daytime show. There's so much I want to say to you right now.
No, that
so
like
much.
If I don't sleep, if I sleep in AC or something, yeah, like I don't feel dirty enough. But I know that when I come back into the house or my shower is necessary and stuff. Okay, but now because I know this story was going to cause controversy, but I now have to do my quick research because I know culture. I think the reason why I understand is because there's a cultural element to it. Let me tell you
They
why.
must have backing.
There is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so one is weather. Weather sometimes doesn't actually contributes to that. In Nigeria, there's humidity, so it is harder for you to not shower because you will steam up. But in winter, your skin is so dry, you don't have any pores coming out that you can actually stay clean for a long time. Okay, that's one thing. Also, there's a whole big thing in the West about soaps. Soaps are not actually very good for you. You're not supposed to actually have soap on you every day. I'm telling you the truth now.
Please.
Sometimes just wash your body with water, and then newborn babies as well to build their
At least
immunity.
she said wash your
They're
body
not
with
supposed
water.
to. Yeah,
At
for
least.
sure.
They do not
And then
wash.
babies
They
as
don't
well,
even know
based on
washing.
what I saw in research, babies as well don't need to be actually clean all the time because they're trying to develop their level of something, bacteria, something.
Anyways, I learned one yesterday. Someone said when you put cotton buds in your
No, that's
ears,
wrong.
It's not supposed to go deep.
You're not
inside.
supposed to even
Put
use
that
cotton
all.
buds in your ear.
So where are you supposed to use?
You're not supposed to use it.
Are you supposed to use it around your ears? That's
No,
what they
you
tell
clean
me.
your ears like with maybe like what's that thing
Cotton
called? Cotton wool. Maybe you clean it with like maybe Dettol or something. Little, but you're supposed to use cotton bud in your ears. It pushes the dirt inside.
I've seen some people that when they put it inside, what they are bringing out. Hey!
But you know that thing is actually important for your ear because I know someone that clean her ears so much and then our ears were too clean and then the wind, everything was just going in and our ears got blocked, really. Like, I'm serious, you're not supposed to actually clean your ears often.
Guys, man, this is the point where we need to go on the music break. But before we even go on the music break, we have a song of our own. Uriel man way, alele man fine, weekend le man.